This morning in The Blend, we're joined by Sarah Schafer, who is with Farmers Insurance, the Sarah Schafer Agency. Welcome to The Blend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I want to know what led you to insurance.
Well, I've been in the industry, mainly claims for 22 years. And, seeing people on the end when they have to use the insurance they purchased, and sometimes they didn't have the right coverage or different things, and you had to say no, and it's hard, especially when people are having losses. So it made me want to learn and teach people on the front end, and so it was my dream to always open my own agency, so I did it.
That's so cool. Well, tell us about your agency.
So with my agency, I like to sell people on peace of mind instead of premium.
Yeah.
So, when you come to me, I try to educate people on the insurance, and if they say, hey, I can't afford this or that, that's okay. But at least I educated you and you had the knowledge to make that decision.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, as long as they took a piece of knowledge from me, that's all that matters, even if they didn't come with me.
Yeah, and do you find that a lot of people aren't necessarily know what they have insurance-wise?
A lot of people don't, but it's not an agent's fault necessarily. It's people, sometimes they just want to get the premium. I mean, the cheapest and the best. And then the problem is then at the end when they don't have the coverage, then they're, oh, well, why isn't this covered? Well, you didn't want to pay for it in the beginning, and then you didn't know. Well, I didn't know, So I've had family members that are like, oh, this should be this. And, my uncle, he lives in a different state. He thought he had rental coverage on his car the whole time, and he didn't know. And then he's upset. And I'm like, well, you should ask.
Then they call you, and then they say, take over so I can go over everything.
Yeah.
Talk about why people should call you before they're choosing.
Basically, because I want to educate them. So, it's free to get a quote, and I like to go over everything and talk to them and ask them what policy, to find out, make sure that they have proper coverage that meets their needs for their lifetime, of where they're at this lifetime.
If you had one thing to say to people out there about insurance, what would you say?
Learn about Michigan PIP. It is very confusing. People don't understand. We had the law change. Become knowledgeable. Ask your agent. Ask questions and learn about it.
What is it?
Personal injury protection insurance. So when you're in an auto accident.
Well, you have to come back and talk about PIP with us. We're going to put your information on the screen. Farmers Insurance, the Sarah Schafer Agency. And you can give Sarah a call at 580-8135.